Peter Strzok, a seasoned FBI agent with decades of experience in counterintelligence, became a household name during one of the most turbulent periods in recent American political history. Strzok's career, once marked by dedication and professionalism, took a dramatic turn as he became a controversial figure due to his involvement in several high-profile investigations that captured national attention. He played a leading role in the FBI's investigation into potential connections between Donald Trump's presidential campaign and Russian operatives, a probe known as Crossfire Hurricane, which dominated headlines and fueled intense political debate. Strzok's distinguished career was abruptly disrupted when private text messages critical of then-candidate Trump surfaced, sparking a national controversy and raising difficult questions about possible bias within the FBI's ranks. These messages, widely reported in the media, placed Strzok at the center of a political storm, leading to heated public debate and significantly impacting both his professional trajectory and personal reputation. The case highlights the delicate balance between personal opinions and professional responsibilities, especially in positions that demand strict neutrality and public trust. Strzok's ongoing legal battles have sparked broader questions about the boundaries of free speech and due process for government employees, and how these rights intersect with the expectations of impartiality in public service. His recent lawsuit against the FBI, which was ultimately dismissed by a federal judge, continues to raise important questions about constitutional rights, employment law, and the protections afforded to those working in sensitive government positions. The controversy surrounding Peter Strzok persists to this day, reflecting broader implications for public servants, their freedom of expression, and the ongoing debate over the limits of personal beliefs in government roles. Peter Strzok's dismissal from the FBI took place during one of the most turbulent and politically charged periods in recent American history. The atmosphere was tense, with public trust in government institutions under intense scrutiny and partisan divisions running high. In 2018, the FBI officially terminated Strzok after a series of private text messages with Lisa Page, which were critical of then-President Trump, came to light. These messages, exchanged on government devices, quickly became a focal point for controversy and media attention. The texts, sent during the heated 2016 presidential campaign, raised serious concerns about the appearance of bias within the FBI, especially in the context of politically sensitive investigations into both presidential candidates. Although an internal review initially recommended a less severe disciplinary action, the FBI's deputy director ultimately overruled this, opting for termination. Many observers saw this as a direct response to mounting political pressure and public outcry. Strzok's high-profile testimony before Congress became a national spectacle, where he strongly defended his actions and reaffirmed his commitment to the FBI's mission and the integrity of its investigations. Despite his public defense and years of service, the decision to terminate his employment was ultimately upheld, representing a dramatic and very public setback in his career. Strzok's firing highlights the ongoing challenges faced by law enforcement agencies in maintaining public trust, especially when navigating the complex intersection of politics, personal conduct, and institutional integrity. After his dismissal, Peter Strzok sued the FBI, claiming his termination was unconstitutional. The lawsuit alleged violations of his First and Fifth Amendment rights, arguing his freedom of speech was infringed. Strzok maintained he had the right to express his views, even if critical of the president. He argued the firing process was flawed and influenced by political pressures. The lawsuit sought to challenge his dismissal and set a precedent for federal employees expressing personal opinions. The case attracted media attention, reflecting debates about government employees' rights versus the need for impartiality. Strzok's lawsuit highlighted the tension between individual rights and institutional responsibilities. A federal judge dismissed Strzok's lawsuit, emphasizing the FBI's need for neutrality over his political expression rights. Judge Amy Berman Jackson highlighted the importance of public trust in the FBI's impartiality. The ruling noted Strzok's position required a higher conduct standard due to his involvement in sensitive investigations. The court found no procedural violations in Strzok's dismissal process. The decision reinforced the expectation of impartiality for federal employees, with personal opinions having professional consequences. The ruling provided clarity on standards expected of government positions. With his lawsuit dismissed, Strzok now faces limited options, but he may still choose to appeal the court's decision. An appeal would be a complex and lengthy process, requiring his legal team to identify and argue specific errors or flaws in the lower court's ruling. This could involve presenting new legal arguments or highlighting procedural issues that may have influenced the outcome. If Strzok decides to move forward, the appeals process could take months or even years, and the outcome remains uncertain. Success would depend on convincing a higher court that the original decision was incorrect or unjust. The dismissal of this case has sparked renewed discussions about how to balance free speech rights with the professional responsibilities of government employees, especially those in sensitive positions. It also raises important questions about how personal opinions and private communications should be treated in the context of public service, where impartiality and trust are essential. For Strzok, the court's ruling is a significant setback, but it also brings attention to broader issues at the intersection of law, politics, and employment in the public sector. The case underscores the ongoing debate about the limits of free expression within government service, and how those limits impact both individuals and institutions. In conclusion, the dismissal of Strzok's lawsuit marks a significant development in a legal and political saga that has captivated public attention and fueled national debate. Ultimately, this case highlights the ongoing challenges of balancing personal freedoms with professional obligations, and the importance of maintaining public trust in our institutions as these debates continue to evolve.